Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Sunday, January 19th, 2025. So, on the 19th of January, 2025, wait, did I just say that? Did you do the crossword?
I did do the crossword.
Did you find the crossword to be repetitive in any way, shape, or form?
No.
Whew, that's good.
Okay.
That is a relief. Because I know our intro was repetitive in every way, shape, and form. So
I don't think that's allowed, is it, to repeat in a crossword? You can repeat a clue, but you can't repeat an answer.
That's interesting. I think they violated that a couple of times, and they had a really good reason for doing it. I do not remember what that reason is. We should investigate.
Okay.
Or perhaps our listeners recall and can help us out, crosswordpodcast@icloud.com. Do you remember a crossword where the answer was repeated? I'm pretty sure that was the case because I can remember being shocked.
Yes.
But I don't remember the details.
I don't either.
So, all right. Well, in any event, there were no repeating answers here.
Nope.
I'm not even sure if there were any repeating clues. I don't think there were.
Not today.
No, not today. And this was a debut for Emily Sharp and the second crossword for Kunal Nabar, who collaborated on this.
Very good.
And I, for a change, didn't find it too hard.
Good.
Usually my MO for Sundays, my modus operandi, is to fill in the grid, make a mistake, and spend about the next, 3 hours looking for it.
Yes.
But in today's crossword, I made one mistake with 20 across. Dessert you might top with gummy bears and chocolate chips informally. That was froyo.
Froyo.
Is that how it's pronounced, froyo?
Yes.
Okay, froyo. I didn't know that, and I also didn't know 12 down. The actress Edibiri of The Bear, Ayo.
Yes.
Ayo Edibiri.
Yes.
You say that like you know Ayo Edibiri.
No.
Oh, okay. The other one I didn't know was 42 down, the iconic Warhol subject. Well, I just assumed that was Campbell's soup cans.
Right.
But I only had 3 letters. And so it could have been can, but I had the first 2 letters being an M and an A. And so I had written, because I forgot momentarily how to spell coyote, 56 across, brush wolves by another name, coyotes. I spelled as coyotes with an A.
Oh.
And so I had 42 down. The iconic Warhol subject was Ma, M-A-A.
Oh, no.
I don't know if you remember all the goats he used to paint.
No, I don't think so.
Do you remember ever painting any Mao pictures?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he had a very famous.
All I could remember was it Mae West? Wait.
Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
That was the only one I could remember. I definitely don't remember him doing Mao.
Yeah. Oh, no. He has a very famous Mao.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's interesting. He was a big Mao fan?
No. But
He just liked to paint?
he just, at that time when he was painting, Mao was kind of iconic. He was the leader of China, so I guess he thought, I'll paint him.
Too bad they couldn't have gotten a picture of him endorsing Campbell's soup. That would have been extraordinary.
Right.
Probably not likely to happen. But those were my 2 mistakes. And
as I recall, he painted him like in bright colors, like maybe repeating pictures of Mao, each one a different color. But
I think he did that with Marilyn Monroe as well, right?
Could have, yeah.
And Campbell soup cans.
Yeah.
He just sort of got into a habit. So it's like, well, I'm going to paint 4 of these.
Right.
In addition to this, the whole crossword had an interesting theme running throughout.
It did have an interesting theme. The title of the puzzle was Word Problems. And, of course, that conjures up mathematics class.
Yay!
In elementary and high school.
And university.
Word problems were always what came at the end for me. We'd have class, and then you would go to do the word problems. And these were word problems in a very interesting way, though, using words and mathematical symbols together to create a common phrase. So for the first one, 22 across, we had the word hard, and then the the division sign, which is a slash, of course,
Right.
and then the word work. So hard division work. And the answer to that was division of labor. So hard work divided, division of labor.
Yes.
Very clever. 31 across was New York, and then an X, which is, of course, a multiplication sign, and then paper. New York times paper. And that was the answer to that was product of the times.
Yes.
Product of the times.
That was very witty.
Quite. And then we had 51 across, which had the square root symbol and then the word generate. And the answer to that was root cause. Root cause. And then we had a very long one, 66 across, it's what, with a dash, which is the minus sign, and the words you think. It's what dash you think, or it's what minus you think, and that was difference of opinion. Difference of opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then we had, this was my favorite, 82 across, Pixar movie, in parentheses, with a squared symbol, a little 2.
As a superscript.
Superscript, that's the word I was looking for. And the answer to that was squared up.
Yeah.
Up being the Pixar movie times 2, or 2 of them squared up. Okay. Then we had one that I didn't quite understand, but it was just the words workout routine, and the answer to that was integrated circuit. I guess circuit being a routine.
Well, if you look at the, are you able to see the symbol for the integral sign?
No.
Oh, really? Because I'm looking, okay, because I was looking at this. You know, it's funny. When I first looked at that crossword, I had the same thought about that clue. I thought, that's pretty lame. And the reason is, hang on, I need to get back to,
99 across.
Yeah, well, I just launched the New York Times, the website, and got to Monday. I don't want to get to Monday yet. Let's see, 99 across, yes. There's a problem on the website. They're missing the integral sign that comes before workout routine. I was looking at this just now in Xword Info. Xword Info always does a great job. And you can see there's an integral sign followed by the words workout routine.
Well, how'd they know about it?
Well, I presume it would show, maybe it would show up in the app. I'm going to take a look at this on the app on the phone. This is a small mystery here that we must dig into, I feel. I feel our listeners are expecting us to do this sort of deep research here. There's probably going to be a lot of music. Thank you. All right, so the clue for integrated, see, on the app, you can see the integral sign. So it's the integrated workout routine, which of course is a circuit.
Right.
That makes a lot more sense, and it makes no sense without that.
That's right. I was like, why doesn't that one have a symbol? That was the only one that didn't.
You know, I didn't.
But it did.
I didn't look at wordplay today because I try not to be too influenced, and I figured there wouldn't be a lot of controversy about this crossword, but I bet a lot of people were screaming about that.
Oh, probably.
That's tough, to get these things, but
you could get it from the downs, or from the crosses. So
yeah, I got enough word that I got enough letters through, as you say, through the crosses that I saw it was integrated circuit, and I'm like,
so that's
a workout routine is an integrated circuit, if you say so.
And then the last one was 112 across, rocket science with a plus sign, brain surgery. This was also a great answer. Added complexity.
Yes.
Very funny when, it's not rocket science, it's not brain surgery, but added complexity.
Yep.
Okay?
Yes.
So that was the theme.
Thanks for explaining the theme. And apparently Emily Sharp and Kunal Nabar, they were, they took a road trip through Oregon last summer. And while they were doing that road trip, they brainstormed this crossword.
Wow.
I hope somebody was paying attention to the road.
Well, that was
Otherwise, we could have lost a promising couple of crossword constructors. Obviously, someone was paying attention to the road.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I have never created a crossword while driving, but I have solved one while driving.
While driving?
Yes.
Good Lord, I hope it was a Monday.
No, I think it was a Sunday.
What on earth were you doing solving a crossword while you were driving?
Well, I had 2 children in the car. They were writing down the answers, and I was just driving and
I see.
Yes.
So they would read the clue to you,
yeah.
and you sort of...
I said, well, it could be this, and then they say, no, it's only 4 letters. So then they helped me with it. But,
I see.
It was fun.
I'll bet. Relieved to hear, though, that you didn't have an accident
No.
as a result.
No.
Because the insurance company, they have a specific clause. Any accidents that happen while trying to solve a crossword will not be covered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got to read that fine print there. Actually, they express it. They don't actually spell it out like that. They have a little crossword section in the actual contract.
I've never seen
You have to solve the crossword, and then you discover the answer is, we're not going to cover it if you're doing this while driving.
I see.
Yeah. Because insurance companies, as we know, have a great sense of humor. Let's see. What else was good in this crossword? Lots of things were good in this crossword. I liked 14 across. Largest organ in the human body, the skin.
Yes.
I knew that as an answer. I'm pretty sure we've seen it before clued as that, but it's still sort of impressive. It's just like, oh yeah, here's the biggest organ. I'm looking at it right now.
That corner was where I goofed up, and I had to keep looking for my mistake.
Oh, because it's 15 down?
15 down? No.
It's been called the roof of Africa, Kilimanjaro, and you forgot how to spell Kilimanjaro?
No, I got that right.
Oh, because I forgot how to spell Kilimanjaro. Okay.
It was 17 down. Spanish babies.
Ninis.
Ninis.
Even I knew that. Hang on, you're telling me that I knew a Spanish word that you didn't?
I guess I wasn't thinking babies. I was thinking children, like little tots, which would be a niña or a niño.
Oh boy, now you've lost me completely. But okay.
But so I was like, well, I tried niña, and then I tried niño. But it's like, well, there really needs to be 2 E's there for 21 across, practical, utile, and then 28 across, starting point of sorts, premise.
Right. Why was there any discussion? I mean, those had to be E's.
I thought, well, maybe there's some sort of Latin version of utile that's utility.
Is that how it's pronounced? Utile?
How do you pronounce it?
Oh, great. Now I'm under pressure.
Util?
Util. Utile? Now I don't know. I have momentarily forgotten because I'm stuck thinking about the state of Utah.
Well, don't worry about it. But anyway, it was nennies. Nennies.
Or as I like to call them, ninis.
Ninis. Maybe it is ninis. So anyway, so that's where I goofed up. But then I changed it to what looked logical and solved the puzzle.
See, I was unencumbered as I was with any actual knowledge of Spanish, other than, as we know, lavas los manos.
Right.
I had no problem writing the E's in there. It's just like, looks good to me.
Very good.
Let's see. Right underneath util or utile. It's definitely not utile.
Okay.
Util?
I don't actually ever use that word.
I don't, because I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, so that's definitely going to be, we're going to have another one of those, oh, that's how you pronounce it segments, and we're bringing that word in.
Good.
Right beneath it is a word I can pronounce, 25 across, place for a bob and weave. I thought that would be an arena, but it was a salon.
Salon, yes.
And so I sort of like that.
Did you know 40 across? Strega blank, classic children's folk tale.
Strega NONA? N-O-N?
Strega NONA. We read that many, many times when our kids were growing up.
We did?
Yep.
Was I in the room when that was happening?
Maybe I just read it.
I've never heard of Strega NONA.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like a disease.
No.
Oh, here you have a bad case of Strega NONA.
It's an old woman, Strega NONA.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
So
Gonna have to check out Strega NONA.
not right now.
No, but I plan to study it intently. So is it sort of like a folk tale?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
What folk? What country?
I'm not sure. Maybe Russia. Maybe.
Yeah, that sounds vaguely East European.
Eastern European.
Of course, we also have Bebe Rexha, but that's not really a folk tale. That's, I believe, a singer.
That's right.
I think she does Sabotage, yes. And let's see, what else do we have? 65 across. Nashville neighborhood known for its many recording studios. Music Row.
Right.
Ever been to Music Row?
I don't believe I have, no.
Music Row.
I have been to Nashville.
Okay. We also had, coming out of the M of Music Row, 65 down, personal approaches in brief. Moe's.
Right. For modus
I guess
operandi.
modus operandi.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll buy that.
Okay, good.
Let's see, and around there we had 45 down. Advanced film copies sent to critics, screeners.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Screeners.
I didn't know the word. I also didn't know the concept. I thought they just had to watch it with everybody else.
Oh no, I knew they would send it to advancements to critics because there was already so many stars when they come out. So,
but they'd have to really be people they could trust.
Oh sure.
I bet nowadays they'd be more reluctant to do it. I mean, the really gung ho types will just steal it from the studio somehow.
Sort of a throwback from another puzzle we had earlier this week, or I guess late last week, was 52 down, Sleipnir's rider in myth, and that was Odin. And I remember when we had the
Jormungandr.
Yeah,
you have to say it like that.
Maybe
by the way,
it was Thor's horse, so that's what I put in. And of course, when I read this Sleipnir's rider, I thought, oh, it's Thor. So I put in Thor again, thinking it was Thor's horse, but no. It was Odin's horse.
I really hope Thor gets
and I don't even know if it's a horse. I'm assuming it is, but since Odin rode it, I thought, well, maybe it's a dragon or something.
Odin was a very weird god. There are all sorts of things he might have been riding.
That's right.
It's probably a Chevy.
It's whatever it was, its name was Sleipnir. Sleipnir.
We had 69 down, the S-shaped molding in architecture. OG. Or as I like to pronounce it, OG.
No.
Because I hope that's sort of the remark that people uttered when they looked at it. They said, "Look at that OG." Oh, gee. I think that's how it got its name.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, at first it's like, look at that unnamed piece of architecture. Oh, gee. Oh, is that what they call it? Okay, that's how it got named. Now you know the origin story of OG.
Wow.
Yes.
Something else I learned, now that I know about OG, I also learned at 66 down, coins made primarily of copper were dimes.
Yes.
Of course, I put cents in there, but because I thought pennies, they're made of copper, right? Apparently not. It's the dimes. Dimes are made.
What are pennies made of?
Well, I don't know.
Probably
I always
nickel.
thought copper, since they were copper colored, but I'm not sure.
I bet it's small amounts of uranium.
I hope not. No, they'd be worth more than a cent if it was.
All these coin collectors. We had 74 across. The Turkish travel stops were the imarets.
Imarets, yes.
I think we've seen that word quite a few times before.
I think I've seen it before in the crossword, yes.
18 times. And it first appeared in 1949.
Wow.
Clued as Turkish inns. And it really hasn't strayed from Turkish inns. Although at one point they had it in, let's see, a Friday puzzle in 2009, Near Eastern hospices. And then it went back to being inns.
Oh, interesting.
So now if you look at imaret, singular, it showed up 96 times. And there too, always a Turkish inn.
Turkish inn, yes.
First appeared in 1942. And actually, the second time it appeared in 1945, it came from the same author. In fact, this being Willard and Jordan, who also did it in 1948. So in 3 puzzles, it's like, here comes the Willard Jordan puzzle. Look for the Imaret. It's going to be there somewhere. Apparently, that must be his signature, his calling card.
Could be.
Let's see, what else do we have? 118 across. That was a bit of a stumper for me, although I got it through the crosses. Bundi blank. Yogurt dish with fried chickpea flour was raita.
Yep.
Have you ever had any bundi raita?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Let's see, what else did we have? I liked how we had 113 down. Fashion designer Dapper Blank was Dan.
Dapper Dan.
And then right next to it, 114 down, Loud Noise was a din.
Yes.
So we had a Dan and a din.
Right next to each other.
And then, let's see, what else? 107 across was a mystery to me. Burrowing rodent. Mole rat.
Mole rat, yes.
I thought mole would do it. I didn't think you had to add the rat part.
Well, maybe. I think that's a different species.
Really? There's a difference between...
There's a mole and there's a mole rat.
Really? Wow. This is a shock. But I mean, moles burrow.
Yeah, they do.
And mole rat... I think it's... Well, again, we're going to have to...
No, I think they're 2 different species.
Okay. Well, something else for us to investigate right after we finish checking out Strega NONA, although you know everything there is to know about that. But I definitely need to know the history of mole rat.
A slang term that I guess I've heard it, but it's not very common, at least in my circle. 87 down. Ticked off. Cheesed off. You think they'd use that up here more, but I've never heard anyone say, I'm really cheesed off about that.
Well, that's because in Wisconsin, when you think about cheese, you're generally in a happy frame of mind.
That's true.
You know, so you wouldn't be cheesed off.
Have you ever heard anyone say they were cheesed off?
I know that exists as a phrase. I don't think I've heard it in recent times. It definitely has sort of a passé feel to it. Or, as they would say in 67 down, when I was much younger, in a past life.
In a past life.
So it's possible in a past life that I've heard cheesed.
Cheesed off.
Well, yeah, cheesed off, right. Of course, perhaps it's pronounced cheesed. No, probably not.
I doubt
Probably not cheesed.
Oh, another term that was kind of interesting, 78 down. What few people know, esoterica.
Yes.
Esoterica.
Yep.
I didn't realize that was a
noun?
Sort of a collection of something, but I guess it is. I mean, I've heard of things being esoteric, but there is actually a collection called esoterica. Interesting.
Yes, indeed. We had our 77 down nail polish brand Opie.
Yep, that's a common one now.
And it's probably how many times do you think it's appeared in the New York Times crossword?
Oh, 100.
Only 32 times.
Oh, well, maybe it's a relatively new company. So then
yeah, the first time it appeared was in 2017.
So by 2017, so in like 7 years, it's appeared how many times?
32.
32. Huh.
So about 5 times a year.
Yep.
But I'm eventually learning that name. There's that and the Avogadro's number. No, wait, that's something in physics or chemistry. There's another product that you would buy at a hair salon.
Oh, Aveeno.
Aveeno?
You wouldn't buy that at a hair salon, but that's another like skincare product.
I guess.
Oh, Almay. I bet you're thinking of makeup. Almay.
No, I think I'm thinking of something. It started off with an AV.
No, that'd be Aveeno, I think.
I don't remember.
That's been in the crossword. I've seen that.
Is Aveeno with anyone in O? Okay. I don't remember that at all. But I did remember Opie, and I was very pleased about that.
Very good.
And very good also describes this crossword. Again, it was by Emily Sharp and Kunal Nabar.
Nice job.
Yes, indeed. I think worth 5 squares on the JAMCR scale.
Great way to start the week.
Yes, indeed. And with some math jokes. Always appreciated.
Yep.
I wonder which one of them is the mathematician. Let's see. Emily Sharp is an ecologist. And Kunal Nabar is a software engineer. So the answer is neither of them.
No, but they'd have to both know some math for that.
Oh, I think so. All right. Well, that is it for today. So thanks, everyone, for listening. Monday's crossword's out. We're going to tackle it. Hope you will, too, and come back to hear us talk about that crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.